Sample that!
Welcome back to Sample That. If you don't remember the rules to the game, then you should probably watch the first episode. But I'll give you a quick rundown. I have to create a song using samples that I record with my portable recorder. And it also has to be a good, listenable song. As usual, I'll have my brothers Levi and Gideon with me. The last episode, the theme was around the house. Today's episode is around town. So let's get to it. I have the same recorder that I used in the last episode, which was also the first episode. It's a Tascam MK3 100. I don't know. It's on the screen. Okay, so we have a rusty swing that hopefully it's rusty enough to make some squeaking noises or something. I'm just gonna probably just pick it up and drop it and have some chain rattle. Okay, so we found an actual drum at the playground. It's plastic, but like I can get something out of this. We've been joined by my brothers Quentin and Obadiah. There's more drums over here, bongos. So Gideon's gonna record the inside of the drum.
You want it inside?
Yeah, not too close to the face. Ooh, that one sounds nice. All right, so Gideon's gonna crush Quentin's Red Bull can that he brought. Okay, so I'm here with, oh yeah, sorry, you have your mouth full. Kayla. She's gonna be making noise with the pickle fish. Okay, so Gideon's gonna be hitting this metal hole with a stick.
Amazing.
Alright, so this is the splash pad. I'm just gonna record the water.
That one's dumping.
Run! Oh shoot! Probably not a good idea to go frolicking around water with a $400 audio recorder. So we're going to be performing on October 10th through the 20th. No, I'm kidding. We just found this flyer on a bench for some Halloween concert or something at the amphitheater, but we're going to use it to make some noise. Okay, so we're just going to use this workout equipment. Okay, so now we're actually in town, in the downtown area. This is the square. And we found an object that, you know, time and time again has been proven to be a great instrument, and that is a good old trash can. Okay, so this was our Dollar General here in the square, but it had a fire, and now it's shut down. It's been shut down for quite a while, but it doesn't really matter because we have like 5 other Dollar Generals in this town. But I'm gonna get a kick drum because I don't think I really have any solid options for that yet. The homeless people in there are probably freaking out. Alright, we're here at the Northwest Arkansas District Fairgrounds, and they don't have any like speakers playing music or anything, so I can just get fair ambience just to put in the background of the song. So I like to put ambience under my tracks. Okay, so I think that's all the recordings I'm gonna do. I will see you back in the studio.
Alright, welcome back to the studio. It has been nearly a year since the footage that you saw last. I struggled with this one. I'm going to be honest. I really struggled with this one. It took me a long time to figure something out, to figure out what I wanted to do. I tried multiple different things, different chords, different melodies, and I finally settled on something that's half decent. But it ultimately took 12 hours to make this, which of course that's not just in one 12-hour session. It's like I worked on it sporadically throughout the year. But let me just give you a chunk here so you can kind of get the gist of what's going on. So, first off, I recycled this recording from the last episode of my little sister Rachel saying the name of the show.
Sample that.
Because I plan on putting that in the beginning of all the Sample That tracks. And then I did recycle, or reuse, I should say, the sub bass from the other episode, because I had nothing to use for bass. So if I hadn't done this, there would be no bass in the song. But I reused this sample of the my brother Obadiah's subwoofer in his truck from the previous episode. And it's technically not against the rules, because all I said for the rules was that I had to use the samples that I record. I didn't say that it had to be the ones that I record in the particular episode. So I think that's a loophole. I had to do it, otherwise there would be no bass. But I don't know if you can hear this on a phone or even a smart TV, but so of course, as I do, I created a sample pack using all of the recordings we got. And this first pattern here is wood, which is me knocking on the plywood that they used to board up the abandoned Dollar General. And that kind of serves as my kick drum. And then there's another layer of it that I think it has, I think this is like more low end, this has more high end. For some reason I EQ'd one lower and one higher. I don't know why I did that, but I like how it sounds layered. This is the first one that's has more low end, the bottom kick, I guess. It's kind of like sub bass. And then this is the higher end one that's on top. Has no bass. Could have been used as a clap. Going on to the next pattern, we have can, which is just what it sounds like. That's a Gideon like crumbling. I think it was a Red Bull, crumbling a Red Bull can. And then we have another can, which is the same can, but this time like kind of squeezing it to where the metal just flexed but didn't crumble. Now these of course are going to sound odd without the other elements in, so I'll just keep adding on. So you can kind of hear it better, what I was going for. This one is the flyer for whatever Halloween event was going on in town. Just flapping the flyer. This pattern has the metal pole on the playground, which is this one. And this pattern has 4 different sounds going on. A splash from the splash pad, a swing from the playground. That's kind of like lifting up and dropping the swing. Workout equipment, which is just what it sounds like. It's like hitting it, and then it's like moving the movable components that kind of squeak. And all together. And then I reused the clap that we recorded in the last episode, and it was just me, Levi, and Obadiah doing a live clap. It's kind of a more full, loud clap that adds a lot to it. And then under the whole track, we have sound effects, just ambience. This is the generator at the county fair, and it has sidechain on it, but this is without the sidechain. And it's panned all the way to the left, so you might not be able to hear it if you have one earbud in. This is just fair ambience with a low pass filter. If I shut that off, that's what it sounds like. Just nice, peaceful ambience of people talking and stuff at the fair. Rides going. And then I made a riser out of that generator. By automating the pitch, the volume, and the pan. And then moving on to the melodic elements, there's not a whole lot going on. I believe there's just chords, bass, and a melody. Very simple, but it doesn't need to be complicated. I started with these chords. Which I believe is the beep from the Walmart checkout, which was a very short clip that I got of my brother Titus scanning something at the Walmart checkout, self-checkout. I already talked about the bass. This sort of arpeggiated melody going on top of it. Which is also the checkout beep. I used it again because apparently that was the only melodic sound that I had. I don't think any of the other sounds that we recorded like did me any good in making like actual instruments. So pretty much aside from the sub bass, everything you hear is just that checkout beep from Walmart. The full thing. All the percussion, all the random sounds that we recorded around town. And this is the pattern that I played earlier. I think there's more sounds going on here. There is another can playing that's just EQ'd differently. Different effects on it to kind of act as an open hat. Don't know if I achieved that very well, but it does good, propelling the track. Even even if it doesn't sound like a hi-hat. And then right here, I made a transition effect using this fire truck that passed by. I didn't take a video of me recording this, but it's just some weird sound effect to kind of some transition sound effect. And then I also used a cow as a transitional sound effect. So that's the cow. Just with the pitch automation. It's the original. And then this pattern here I did with the plastic bongos at the playground. Just did some little pattern here. And that's pretty much it, so I'm just going to turn my mic off and play the entire track now.
Sample that.
And there you go. There's not a whole lot going on. It's very minimal, and there's pretty much no drop aside from, I guess, this part you could call the drop. But it's kind of like random. There's no structure to it. I did whatever I could. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. If you hated this, feel free to leave a dislike or a mean comment. I don't care. You will see me in the next one. God bless and peace out. Goodbye.